Hey guys, it's Glitterface. Today I am doing a really cool tutorial. This is how to make these Despicable Me 2 inspired nails. I'm hoping you've all seen the Despicable Me movies. They're so funny. The animation is amazing in them and yeah, they're just amazing. So if you haven't seen them yet, definitely go out and make sure that you see that. This tutorial is definitely made for my niece Brittany and my nephew Louis, who I know are massive fans of the film, and they were the ones who introduced me to the film in the first place. So I want to dedicate this tutorial to them. So yeah, this is the tutorial. It's a very colorful tutorial. I have added some 3D stuff in there and some glitter stuff in there. If you don't have the same colors as I am using here, just get creative and use whatever colors you do have in your kit. Some of the colors I'm using NYC color and Collection 2000. They're really good value polishes, really cheap and pretty easy to get your hands on. So if you're missing a color, you can pick one up for maybe €1.60, which is really good value. So yeah, I'm just going to talk you through what I used for this, and I guess then we can get started. So for our colors today, we are using 3 NYC colors. We are using number 294, which is called Lexington Yellow. We are also using number 115, which is called Ink Stain. That's our blue. And we also have as our black number 119, which is called City Blackout. So this white polish is Barry M and it's called Matte White and it's number 66. We also are using Collection 2000 number 57 in Neon Art. Top coat and base coat, we're using Sally Hansen's Double Duty. I'm doing this look on fake nails today, so I'm not going to be requiring it for a base coat. I'm just going to use it for a top coat. So in terms of brushes and tools, we're going to be using 2 different dotting tools. The smallest is, it's a tiny dotting tool, so that's just a metal tip. You can see it's very small. And then as a larger dotting tool, I'm using a sewing pin. There's loads of different ways of making your own dotting tools at home. So yeah, get creative if you don't have one already. We are also going to be using this fan brush. This is really handy for applying glitter. It just helps sprinkle glitter onto the nail and it means that you don't get it all over your fingers. And then to paint on the details like the mouth and the goggles, we're going to be using this small angled brush. For the 3D element in this look, we're also going to be using these cool like eyeball things. I got these in Hobbycraft in the UK. I pick up stuff in there every time I go over there because we don't have one in Ireland. And these are so cool. They just like have these like pupils that bobble around on the inside and they're really fun. This is like a small size and perfect for using on nails. So this is another Hobbycraft product as well that we'll be using. This is the blue glitter. I mean, this is just what I'm using to kind of pimp the nails a little bit because, I mean, you can just paint the designs on if you want, but I always love adding a bit of like, you know, something 3D or some glitter or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be using this blue sparkling glitter from Hobbycraft. It's so sparkly. I love it so much. It's so cool. I have this in loads of different colors as well. And then on top to kind of like help speed up the process, I'm using Essence Nail Art Express Dry Drops. This is a new experiment for me. I haven't used them before, but apparently they're really handy when you're doing like delicate designs and stuff, that it just helps the paint dry at the end and you don't get smudging. So this is a little saucer that I'm going to use. When I'm painting with the brush, I'm just going to use that to mix the polishes. So we're going to start by applying a base coat of the Lexington Yellow. This is such a vibrant yellow. I love it. It's like really brilliant. I want to do a SpongeBob nail tutorial with this yellow as well because it's just so bright. So we're going to cover the whole base of the nail in that. As I said, I'm applying this on fake nails, so I am not doing a base coat first. But if you are applying this onto your own natural nails, I would recommend using a base coat beforehand. So that's what it looks like, well, what it should look like with full coverage. Now we're going to get our blue and we're just going to apply this to the tips. So this is the NYC color Ink Stain. It's really lovely, kind of rich pearly type of dark blue, so you get nice depth. So we're just going to apply this to the tip of the nail. I mean, I do this freehand. If you want to get a really accurate line, you can apply a piece of tape across the top and mark off the area, but as you can see, freehand is pretty much okay. So now I'm going to get my fan brush and my glitter and I'm going to dip the fan brush into the glitter, just load the top of it, not too much glitter because there's not a lot of area that we're trying to cover here. So we're just going to try and gently apply that onto the blue area of the tip of the nail. The closer you are to the nail, probably the better for this one because you don't want too much fallout. You also have to make sure that the yellow is completely dry before you do this, otherwise the glitter is going to also stick to the yellow and you don't want that. Okay, so now we're just going to bring in our saucer and get our black polish and we're going to start doing some of of the details of the nail. This is the brush we're going to use, and it's really narrow. It's kind of got a tapered edge, and it's just going to be really handy for like doing a lot of the details. So we're just going to dab a couple of like drops of the black onto the saucer. This just means you got way easier access for your brush. You're not going to have to be dipping your brush the whole way into the bottle and getting it absolutely covered. We're just going to dip the tip of it into the polish. You don't need a lot because the details are very fine in this look. And we're just going to draw a line about a third of the way up from the base of the nail. We're going to draw a horizontal line, and it's going to go about a third of the way across the nail. We're also then going to start the other side of the nail, and we're going to do the same thing, drawing a line horizontally about a third of the way across. For this nail, we're going to be applying 2 eyes, so you got to leave enough space for those eyes to be applied. So now we're going to get our large dotting tool, and we're going to cover it in the black, and we're just going to make 2 dots in the center of the nail, so 1 for each eye, and this is just going to provide the outline of the eyes and make it look more like goggles. So there's your 2 dots and your 2 lines, and now we're ready to apply the eyes. This is the cool bit. So there are 3D eyes. We're just going to pour a couple out. You don't need loads. These are quite static and they do roll around, so keep the ones you're not using in the bag so that you don't lose them. So we're going to get the pin and turn it the other way around now, same pin as we used for the dotting tool. Just going to slightly wet the tip with polish and then grab the eye, it should stick to it really easily, and just lift it over and press it down on one of your circles that you've created with the dotting tool. We're going to do the same again with the second eye. They should travel really easy on the pin, like it doesn't take a lot of stickiness for them to stick to the pin. So this is what it looks like with the eyes attached. I think it's really starting to come together now, so it's kind of exciting. So I'm just going to put some more black on the plate because it does tend to dry up after a while, and so you might need to reload your palette. We're going to dip the paintbrush in again, and now we're going to paint on the mouth. So I'm going to be doing a smile here, so you just need to make kind of, I guess it's close to a triangle shape. But if you want to make an unhappy face, you can, like, it's totally up to you what kind of expression you give him. So just do whatever feels comfortable for you. So now we're going to get our white and we're going to put some of that on our palette so we can access it. And we're going to get our small dotting tool. This is for the teeth. So I'm just going to apply 4 small dots for the teeth. You have to be careful here. Try and keep a steady hand as possible because this is like the most detailed bit of the whole nail, and it is really easy to mess this up. I messed this up like about 5 times when I was filming this tutorial. It's really hard. So when you finish your teeth, we're going to get some pink. For this nail, I want him to have his tongue sticking out. So this is the closest pink that I have to a tongue color, but it's a bit too dark, so I'm just actually going to mix a bit in with the white and make it a paler color. I mean, I think it's like totally okay to mix polishes. It's the same as mixing paint, really. So I'm going to do that on the palette with the small dotting tool. And when I'm happy with the color, I'm just going to use the same dotting tool to dot a tongue in place. You might need to use a few different dots in one go. And there you have it. That's the look. Yay! I'm happy with that face. Okay, so now we're going to apply our top coat, and this, as I said, is the Sally Hansen Double Duty. We're going to apply this on top of the glitter, we're going to apply it on top of the polish, and we're going to apply it on top of the 3D eyes. So once you feel that you've covered the whole nail and that everything's going to be secure, we're just going to take 2 drops of the Express Dry drops from Essence and apply them on top, and voila, your nail is finished. So as you can see from my nails here together, you'll notice they all kind of look slightly different. So there's a lot of scope here for you to experiment and try out different things. So if one of the nails doesn't go how you plan, it's totally cool. It's almost better if all of them look totally different from each other. So yeah, like as you can see here, I've done some of them with 2 eyes, I've done some with the 1 eye, I've done some with a happy face, some with a sad face. Like, you know, you can just totally mess it up and do whatever you want. The more variety you have across all of the nails, the better. So yeah, just experiment, do what you think would be most fun. If you don't like glitter, then you can just use color, like it's gonna still look good. And also, if you don't want to use these 3D eyes, or if you don't have anything like that in your kit, then you can totally use the large dotting tool to apply a large dot of white polish over your black dot, and then with the small dotting tool, once that's dry, apply 1 small dot of black, and then you'll have exactly the same effect as the eyes here. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that you've really enjoyed the look, and if you haven't seen the movie yet, go out and see it. It's brilliant. Stay tuned for more tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe, and please like, rate and comment. If you like the music in the tutorial, definitely go check out my band Nanu Nanu, and hopefully see you here for the next tutorial. Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a lovely day. Bye.